Hello language lovers, hello travelers, how are you doing? Today we're going to talk about Portugal's Golden Visa, also known as investment visa. What is this visa? Let's have a talk. Portuguese Golden Visa is a type of residence permit that allows non-EU, non-EEA, non-Swiss nationals to enter and leave Portugal unlimited times or to relocate there if they so desire, provided that they invest a minimum of 200,000 euros in the country. The investment element is the key to this residence permit and not the act of residing in Portugal, so much so that the investor is allowed to remain in their habitual domicile where they live, only with the obligation of spending at least 7 days a year in Portugal. This is a great advantage for those who intend to acquire the Portuguese nationality after 5 or 10 years of residence, of course, but cannot afford to make Portugal their home. The qualifying investments are determined by law, and the choice should be made from the following list. Capital transfers to funds of a minimum of 1.5 million euros to Portugal, donations or investments of a minimum of 250,000 or 200,000 in low density areas for cultural heritage preservation or for arts projects, at least 500,000 euros into the purchase of investment funds or venture capital funds units, 500,000 into financing scientific research or development projects, invest in a new company, create 5 jobs or maintain 10 jobs, and sustain them for 3 years at least. As a matter of fact, all these investments need to be maintained at least until you get the permanent residence or the Portuguese nationality. So 5 years or potentially 10 years, provided that the new law is enacted. What other requirements must be met for the Portuguese Golden Visa? The main applicant must be over 18 years of age, a valid passport, 2 pass photos with a blank background, proof of health insurance in Portugal, criminal record certificates for all the countries you have lived in for more than 1 year, and the criminal records must have been issued within the past 3 months from the date of the application. Sworn statement that you will maintain your investment for at least 5 years, payment for the application. In addition to the above documents, you must submit documents that sustain your investment, which highlights the fact that the investment needs to come first. I know it may sound uncertain, just make sure that you meet the rest of the criteria. If you are or were a serial killer, for example, do not apply in principle, okay? So it's just a matter of having a look at the requirements and see if you meet them. That's it. So in terms of capital transfer investment, you will need a declaration of a bank registered in Portugal, confirming that you made a deposit, and the deposit must be free of charges. In terms of investment in art or culture, you have to equally provide a declaration of a bank registered in Portugal, confirming that they've received your deposit. Another declaration you need to provide should be issued by the Portuguese Strategy Planning and Cultural Assessment Office, stating that they have made necessary consultations with relevant authorities in the sector of your investment in research and development activities. Again, you'll have to submit a declaration of a bank registered in Portugal, confirming that you've made the deposit. Statement from the concerned scientific research institution, confirming that you indeed invested in them. Regarding creating new jobs, you need to present the employment contracts for each employee. Again, a bank needs to confirm that you've made such an investment. If you are a shareholder of the company, you have to submit the extract from the Register of Companies. Please note that for some documents, like birth certificates, criminal records, power of attorney to your lawyer, those will need stamping or apostille from the Portuguese consulate or embassy in your home country. Please check with your lawyer. If the documents are not written in Portuguese or English, they will need to be translated by an official translator. They need to be notarized and legalized. When submitting online, each document must be in PDF format and have a maximum size of 4 MB. Now let's talk about family members joining the application. Spouse or life partner are eligible. Children under 18 or up to 26, as long as they are under your financial support. Your parents or your spouse parents, as long as they are financially supported by you and you are responsible for them. Please note that all family members will also undergo criminal record. Regarding the process, as you can see, it is a very complex process, so involving a lawyer is the only sensible choice. Step 1, you need to upload all the documents, your documents and your family members' documents, everything, including the ones that sustain your investment. The common practice is that the lawyer does it for you, so try to discuss and coordinate with them. It takes 2 months before you get the pre-approval, after which you and your family have a biometrics appointment in Portugal at AIMA. Typically, you don't all have appointments on the same date. It happens that you go first, for example, and 2 months later, your parents have to travel for the biometrics. As you can imagine, these appointments are mandatory as they need to take your fingerprints. And what else do you do there? Oh, you have to submit the same documents you've submitted online in person. So you take all the documentation with you, and obviously you take the original versions. In order to enter the country, because you don't have a visa yet, the golden visa is not there yet, you'll have to apply for a different Schengen visa. And if you want to remain in Portugal for a long period of time, you can probably make use of your lawyer's certification letter or atestado de residência, which is proof of registered address. This shows your legal status in Portugal while you wait. Again, coordinate that with your lawyer. Another thing you should bear in mind and probably could make use of is that some nationalities are visa-free for 90 days. Under those nationalities are the US and the UK. You can take advantage of those 90 days to sort out a lot of bureaucratic quests. The process of AIMA reviewing the applications may take up to 18 months. The good thing is that the time spent waiting for the residence permit to be issued currently counts toward the 5 years requirement for nationality. However, according to the new law yet to be enacted, this will change. So perhaps you should take advantage of this as soon as possible. Submit the documents, don't wait. Et voila, congratulations on your golden visa. Did I leave anything out? Do you have comments? Do you have questions? Please leave them in the comment section. Thank you so much for being here and see you next time. Bye.